Helen, let's shut Parliament down.
Let's shut Parliament down.
Yes. Let's shut Parliament down. We don't need laws in this country. We don't need laws in this country if laws are not going to be implemented and are not going to be followed. We don't need laws. Because in this country, we have a set of laws that govern us. But in times of challenge, we put the laws aside and do whatever we have to do. And let me say, I'm not saying that the nurses, doctors are not important. But where you have a law, you've got to follow the law. Let me come to it. In Ghana, certain sectors are prohibited from striking due to their, what? Essential nature. These include essential services, water supply services, ensuring continuous access to clean water for the public. 2, electricity generation, transmission and distribution service, maintaining power supply to households, businesses, and critical infrastructure. 3, health and hospital services, providing medical care and emergency services to those in need. Sanitary services, keeping public spaces clean and hygienic. Air traffic control, ensuring safe air travel and preventing accidents. Meteorological services, providing critical weather forecasts and warnings. Fire services, responding to fires and emergencies. These are not supposed to strike. So what are the nurses doing? What are they doing? And he has said, life is key. Where if death, you died twice, I won't play with one. What is their role? Their role is to keep the country healthy. In times of challenges, in times of ill health, you keep the country healthy. What happened to the vice president? Did she not fall sick?
She was ill.
What happened? Did she not go to a hospital?
She did.
President Atta Mills, at the critical point, what happened to him? Did they not rush him to hospital? What if people were on strike? Yes, unfortunately, he passed. President Rawlings, was he not in hospital? What happened to him? He also died, unfortunately. President Kufuor, when he had his accident, where did he go? If nurses were on strike, do you think President Kufuor will be alive today? So in as much as you have a case, it doesn't mean that because you have a case, you put everybody in danger. You put everybody in danger. Let me tell you something, and let's call a spade a spade. Sikano ebini ho.
We don't have the money.
We don't have the. Look at our financial situation today. Look at our financial situation today. Are we not under IMF?
We are.
Look at the revenue coming in today. Look at the energy sector today. Do we have the money or we don't have the money? Let's call a spade a spade. We don't have the money. So because we don't have the money, the best you can do is negotiate. When your child goes to school and you can't pay the child's school fees, to stop the school from, what do you call it, sacking your child, what do you, the parent, do? You go to the school and try and negotiate for them to give you time to find money to pay. So what is wrong in us trying to negotiate? I would have thought the nurses would put even a skeleton staff in the hospitals just to take care of emergencies. Emergencies.
You say to mitigate what we saw, people were on oxygen tanks and taxis and all of that.
Listen, we are all related in a way. We are all related in a way.
The law of oneness.
We are all related in a way. Please, nurses, doctors, I just read, and this is the labor law. If you want me to also cite the labor law, I'll cite the labor law. States, you cannot go on strike. In the UK, when nurses and doctors go on strike, as he rightly said, you'll be sacked. You'll be sacked. So,
Alan, you live there, you know.
So, when the law that supports the prohibition of strikes in essential services in Ghana is the Labour Act 2003 Act 651, which is already law no there. So I said Parliament should shut down. They should stop doing legislation. Should stop bringing laws in, because we don't know how to adhere to laws. We don't know. In the UK, when you are driving and it says 30 miles per hour, go 31 miles per hour, it will catch you.
In fact, by the time you return home, there could be a letter waiting.
And you see,
with a fine.
The nurses should remember, they should remember, and everybody should remember that today technology is running fast. Technology has taken over a lot of jobs.
Of course.
And the way technology is running, very soon you will see what will happen in our hospitals. And can make you it can make you redundant. So let's temper justice with mercy and try as much as possible. If government says, look, let's negotiate, government hasn't said you don't have conditions of service. And look, the things that Prof itemized, are they essential? Let's call a spade a spade. Are they essential? And we all pussyfoot around them. Oh, we are begging you to do this, and they are also under it.
What are the political undertones?
Oh, come on. Don't let us act as if these don't happen. And it happens in both administrations. If it's happening in the MPP administration, you have political undertones from opposition. So to put it
plainly, Lawyer Jantuah, are you saying that this is a machination of the opposition? Let's be blunt. Is that what you're saying?
I said there are political undertones.
You know where Pedro is.
There are political undertones.
You know where Pedro is.
So do you want to make an intervention here?
You know where Pedro is.
She's the president of the GRNMA.
And you don't know she's a politician too.
She is?
Continue.
Lawyer Jantuah.
She said continue.
I don't want to pinpoint, but definitely there are political machinations going on. Because if for nothing at all, all opposition and government in power who speak with one voice. No, nurses, this can't be right. Because people's lives are at stake. Negotiate with government. Make sure, at least if for nothing at all, they adhere to what you're looking for. Because there are laws in this country. You hear from both sides. Are you hearing from the other side? Are you hearing it from the other side?
There have been some comments from the other side. There have been. Members of the minority speak.
I would want somebody like the minority leader to stand up in Parliament and
have a press conference
and say, not even press conference, stand up in Parliament as the people's house. Say, nurses, yes, we hear you, but people's life are at stake. My life can be at stake if I fall sick today. So please try and negotiate with government. What is it? When you die, this your fine dress you've worn, will you take it with you? Will we take it with you? So what is it? And the list of things, it's not life-threatening. You want book allowance, is it life-threatening for you?
Uniform.
Or uniforms, height allowance.
Is it life-threatening?
Uniform to look good, right?
Is it life-threatening? Maybe what comes out of this, we need to be able to have a national dialogue on salaries and wages in this country. As President Kufuor says, we pretend to pay people and people pretend to work. That is an issue we need to discuss. And all parties around the table, stakeholders, CSOs, let's talk about this particular issue. Because it looks as if so, inverted commas begin and close, barring these ones, politicians.
They bleed more. The politicians bleed more.
But no, the perception is that politicians are okay.
But they bleed.
But let me tell you something.
They are bleeding more than everybody.
Wait, let me tell you something. When politicians are no more in Parliament,
see their lives.
How they struggle.
How they struggle.
Do you know how
Your
they
life
struggle?
investment to spend it on people.
Your whole, especially when you don't have a profession and you have a career. When you have a profession, you can go back to your profession.
Right.
My good friend, the Deputy Minister Mesa, my schoolmate Mesa, he's a lawyer. Japa.
Yes.
Has he not gone back to his
He's
profession?
gone back to his practice.
What about those who have
have any
careers?
profession.
Can they go back to their career? No. So
they pay
we
their medical
need
bills?
to have a
Yeah, they can't pay their medical
Listen,
bills.
We need
And
to
they
have
owe a lot.
Yes.
Please, I'm on the floor. We need to have a national dialogue on salaries and wages. We need to. It is
Thank you,
something
Lord
that
Jantuah,
is
for that.
important.
I think